The Shirley Strawberry situation is getting worse every single time we talk about it. Cause child, more and more messy details are starting to emerge. Honestly, it looks like Shirley's man Ernesto might get life in prison after new charges have been added to his already long list. Well, this is very distressing to Shirley and she suffered a nervous breakdown. Okay, just to give you a quick rundown, Shirley's husband Ernesto was arrested in 2022 on a couple of charges that slowly got more and more serious. Ernesto has always been in and out of trouble with the law because his criminal life goes way back to the 1980s. But things have been calm for him for a while, so everyone kind of thought that he was finally cleaning up his act. But boy, were we wrong. It turns out that he didn't change his ways, but he only got smarter. Well, not smart enough because he ended up getting caught. He got exposed in 2022 when he was busted by authorities for running a $1 million fraud scheme. According to reports, 57-year-old Ernest Williams and 47-year-old Erica King convinced people to pay them for their business expertise. They would align themselves with their victims with promises to be able to grow their brands, their missions, their life goals, their social media following. The wild part about this was that he was going to get away with this, but he was then exposed for rent fraud, and when the police started investigating, they uncovered all his crimes that he had been hiding.
Police say their investigation first started at this home on Pine Grove Road months ago. Investigators say after Williams and King hadn't paid rent for a while, detectives started looking into their financial transactions, and it led them to their extensive scheme.
Ernesto ended up getting booked on 5 counts of conspiracy to commit a felony. 2 of the charges were later dismissed and his bond was set for $15,000. He was also booked on 3 additional charges of theft by taking, operation of credit repair services, and theft by deception. But if you think that's bad enough, well, it gets worse because he also ended up getting arrested for possession of child pee. He has also been court ordered to stay away from animals, and I just can't imagine how bad his crimes are that he's not even allowed near animals. Ciao. And that's not all, because he was also accused of SAing nothing less than 11 minors, and he has been ordered to stay away from his victims' families and associates. The worst part of this is that Shirley's own daughter, as well as her granddaughter, are on the list of people Ernesto was ordered to stay away from. And I think we can all guess why. That's just messed up. And people were expecting Shirley to put her daughter and grandchild first and leave Ernesto. But Shirley is doing no such thing. And she even wrote a letter to the judge begging that Ernesto be released to her. She wrote, "I have been told that in one or more of the cases pending before the court, I have been identified as either a victim of his or witness to a purported criminal act of his, to which I respond that I am neither. It is my intention that the court know that I wish for him to be released with no conditions as regards to me, that I wish for him to be able to reside with me or wherever he elects to reside, and that his release be effectuated immediately." Child, at this point, I think we can all agree that there is nothing on God's green earth that could possibly make Shirley leave Ernesto. Like, if she's still determined to stick with a man who hurt her child and grandchild, I think we all can agree that she's going to stay loyal to him no matter what. What's wild is that Shirley is known to give advice to women having issues with relationships, and the gag is that she actually gives pretty good advice most of the time. So for her to be stuck in a situation like this is just pure insanity. And not only is she taking her husband's side, but she is actually defending him and painting her own daughter as the villain in the story. Now, her phone calls to Ernesto while he was in prison leaked a couple of days ago, and the situation is actually more insane than I thought. On the call, we can hear Shirley telling Ernesto that her daughter, Sheridan, went to the cops to speak to them about Ernesto and his actions.
Sheridan what?
She went down there
For what?
to talk to him. I don't know what she said. I don't know.
Wow.
She did go down. Yeah.
Child, not Shirley blaming her daughter for doing the right thing and talking to the police. I mean, her name was in the legal documents because she was living with Shirley and Ernesto during the times he committed his offenses. So of course, she was a person of interest and had to talk to the cop. But Shirley clearly didn't understand this, and she was upset that her daughter spoke to the police. Ernesto was also upset, so Shirley tried to soothe his ego by telling him that Sheridan hated him for no reason.
Sorry I had to tell you that, but I thought that was just horrible. She doesn't understand what she's doing, but yeah, the hatred runs deep. I haven't heard from her since about 2 weeks. You know,
what if I was
and she keeps the kids from me.
She literally threw her own child under the bus to make this nasty man feel better. And like I said, there's nothing that would ever convince her to leave. But the story gets juicier because in another call that she made to him, we found out that he had scammed and stolen $250,000 from a woman, which he used to get her a ring.
She wrote to get my ring.
What?
Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, the cashier's check that you wrote to get my ring over a year and so ago, that was written off her account, and you stole $250,000 from her, and
Now, most women would probably be upset to find out that their man scammed and stole that amount of money, but Shirley is probably competing for the Wife of the Year award because not only was she not mad or upset, but she actually laughed it off. And this is why some people low-key believe that she has been aware of Ernesto's fraudulent activities for a long time and is not as innocent as she would like us to believe. It also turns out that the police have their suspicions about Shirley's involvement because they seized her car as part of the investigation.
What truck?
What do you mean, what
You
truck?
talking about your white truck?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Why would they do that?
They said it's being used in the investigation.
Wow.
But they were probably unable to tie anything to her because she would have been arrested if they had. But do you want to know the wildest part about this story? It's that Ernesto has still been cheating on Shirley even from prison. I swear the audacity of some men. In a leaked phone call, we can hear him asking his mistress to send him nudes in prison mail, and she actually agreed to.
Pictures and all that too?
Yeah, there's no Polaroid.
Okay, well, I'm good with that then. Send me the same ones you sent me then. I'm good with that. Especially one with that tank top. I love that one. That's my favorite one.
Is that your favorite one?
Yeah, and the one you land in the bed, one picture in your bed. I love
Okay.
that.
My stalking picture.
Yeah.
He even asked her to go DJ on herself, if you know what I mean. Cheating on your wife when you're in jail is some nasty, nasty business. And like I said, Shirley needs to take some of that advice that she's been dishing out. Anywho, it looks like she is going to be playing supportive wife for a very long time because based on the new charges that have been added, which are pretty disgusting, it's a high chance that he will either get life in prison or will be going away for a very, very long time. And when Shirley found out about the recent charges, she literally had a breakdown. She posted a very emotional video on her Instagram account where she said that Ernesto had been lying to her about his identity, his finances, and his intentions. She said that he had used her name and credit to buy cars, houses, and other luxury items without her knowledge or consent. She also said that he had been cheating on her with multiple women, some of whom he had impregnated. Shirley also said that she found out the truth when she hired a private investigator to look into Ernesto's background, and she said that she was shocked and devastated by what she discovered. Shirley also said that she felt betrayed, humiliated, and heartbroken that she had loved Ernesto and trusted him with her life and had no idea how he could do that to her and why he would even do that to her. But then I feel like she is still sticking up for him because that post has been deleted. While fans certainly are not on Shirley's side and left comments saying, the fact that she still talks to that man after they charged him with messing with her daughter and grandkids shows what kind of person she is. Disgusting. And to think she gives all these people advice every day. I can't believe how deceitful and wicked this man is, and you can hear the deception every time he says, wow. He is disgusting and is in a place where he belongs. What's done in the dark always comes to the light. Shaking my head. This is so sad. And yes, there are mothers who are women before they're mothers. Wow. Hopefully her daughter hears this and makes the right decision. This is a hot mess, but y'all go ahead and tell me what y'all think about Shirley's desperation to stick with her man. And if you think this is messy, just wait until you see this next video.